Today we're out here in Lenawee County installing some new water quality monitoring equipment to get a better understanding of what's going on from a water quality perspective.
We're really committed to making progress on nutrient loading targets in Western Lake Erie Basin. We know that increased monitoring is an important part of this.
We were approached by the Alliance for the Great Lakes to help devise a monitoring strategy for Western Lake Erie. This program here is helping the state provide data on watersheds at a much smaller scale. This project is going to be installing 50 level sensors, 50 turbidity sensors.
It blends more traditional water quality monitoring with some newer technologies that Ed and others have been using. Policy really needs and should be informed by good data and good science. And so this project over the next 5 years came to fill that data gap.
Reducing the nutrient load is a tall order. There's been a lot of applications of fertilizers over the years. We really don't have a lot of data about the stream nutrient load that's going into Western Lake Erie Basin. So we have at the mouth of the River Raisin that's long-term, but not a whole lot in some of the headwaters and other areas of the stream. So the Institute of Water Research's role in this project is to look at tile drain monitoring specifically. A lot of the work that LimnoTech and others are doing here is looking at stream monitoring and understanding the flows and loads of nutrients in those streams. But we really don't know what's going on with the tile drains.
That progression of the edge of a farmer's field all the way out to the lake, there's a big gap in there. I think the first goal of this project is just basic transparency. We know that the producers want to know that the practices they're doing are working.
We'll try to talk with the farmer to understand what their soil phosphorus tests are and other soil tests that they're running on their farm field, what some of their management practices are, and that'll help just provide better context.
They're going through all this work to apply for conservation dollars to do the practices, but they really want to know, is it making a difference?
We've been working in this space for the last couple of years, trying to better understand the scale, both in terms of the number of acres, but also the cost that it's going to take to meet the water quality targets that the state has.
The data we're collecting starting today is going to inform programming.
Understanding where those nutrient loading issues are originating from is going to be a really important piece toward better water quality in Western Lake Erie Basin.
All this technology is generally off the shelf, meaning we can buy the parts, we can assemble it, trying to lower the cost of that so we can make these sensors cheaper. When we start to think about hundreds of sensors going into one location, empowering states, watershed managers, you don't need the USGS to put in a flow gauge. You don't need the USGS to measure water level or turbidity. We can build it, we can deploy it.
It's important to recognize the fact that there's a lot of talk about who's doing what and what's happening. This is going to be data that we can use to tell that story, not only to the decision makers, but also to our partners in agriculture, and how this impacts downstream and all the way to Lake Erie.
Collect data that the state can use to make more informed decisions about conservation spending in the basin.